Yeah, we back live from
Let's
Suite
get it.
36
You already know.
once again. Got a special people from Queens today.
You already know.
Queen
Queen
Slow
stand
Bucks in the
up.
building. SBOE. We here with Mental World Peace. What's happening?
We are so many times, you know, we look up to different type of people, and athletes, rappers want, from the hood coming up, really not that creative at times.
Right.
They have visions, but they can't execute it. And today is, with Slow Bucks being here. A lot of people know them from Queens, and if you don't know, you will.
Like, shout out to everybody that helped made it possible for us to be where we are today. And you one of those people, especially by just, randomly, just off the love, you know what I'm saying? And just doing it because it was organic. It wasn't like, man, let me get this, or hey, I need this to do this, or I need to pay to do this. It was just love, you know what I'm saying?
So how did the name Slow and Buck come about?
That's just our names. That's Slow and I'm Bucks.
And how long you been Slow and Buck?
I've been around Slow since I was a little kid.
Oh, yeah?
Slow went to junior high school with my sister, so I always just follow him around, just trying to be a part of whatever he was doing.
So how did the logo come about, and how did that become one?
The logo, it was designed to be a S and a B. You know what I mean? We wanted it to represent more than one thing, like moving fast but at a steady pace. So we picked like the slowest thing possible moving, which was a snail.
Yeah.
And we just put the money behind it like the Road Runner.
So you're basically saying slow money is the best money. Ain't nothing wrong with slow money.
No, I'm just not so much so just moving fast, but at a steady pace, not getting ahead of yourself. You know what I mean?
When I thought of Slow Bucks, like, it was inspiring to me because so many times in our neighborhoods, people want the fast dollar.
Right.
Yeah.
No question.
And sometimes we get in trouble,
Exactly.
So I never knew the meaning behind Slow Bucks, but for me, it was inspiring, and it was something that I thought people from the ghettos could look up to.
Exactly.
That slow buck that's gonna be there. Like you said, I never knew it meant steady, but it meant something to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what it meant. Exactly what you're saying.
At what point, when y'all first started the whole Slow Bucks thing, right? At what point in your career when y'all was coming up with the Slow Bucks thing that you actually said, well, damn, this is getting crazy. Like, this is getting big.
That just goes to show, like, when we used to just, like, bridge gap amongst artists. Like, like, me and Bucks put together Beamer, Benz, and Bentley with Jewels and Lloyd Banks.
Wow.
So when we
How
started
did you
seeing...
put it together? In what way?
I mean, Bucks being in the studio with Jewels and he's working. I just happen to be Banks' family, you know what I'm saying? So I go over there, check
Shout out
Banks.
to
Hey,
Banks.
what you got going on? And he's playing music for me. I'm like, yo, he got one.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, I'm about to, I like this other record that he had. And I'm like, no, this is it. And I'm telling Bucks, yo, listen to this in the background, because he happens just to call me randomly, and he's with Jewels. So I'm like, yo, y'all hear this? Jewels is like, send it over. And if history is made after that.
Yeah.
So we started creating a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of songs, a lot of hits that people rocking to out there that we were behind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it not saying that the artists couldn't get together themselves, but, in this game, everybody's like a little bit more on the competitive side,
Right. Too
or maybe
competitive.
too cool for school to, hey, what's up, I got this. You know what I mean? Sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. We was here like the liaisons who just gonna bring everyone together to make it right. Now with the shirt, how it came into play, because me and Bucks is dudes that like to dress. So we people that dress. So now when we making the shirts, it's just like when Red Bull came out. There was nobody knew what it was. It was just an image. Right. So we took the same concept and said, well, we're not a clothing line. You know what I'm saying? At this point, we doing viral. So what we gonna do is we gonna just leave it like a image, just to paint the picture, have them wondering, asking, what is that? To the point where you had, at the time, Wilson Chandler was on the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
And he actually got the Slow Bucks, the logo tatted on him.
Oh, wow.
So it was stuff like that going. Then you had people like Fab saying, yo, what's up? You just got the $3,000 pair of lubes. I got the same sneakers, but no shirts to go with them.
Yeah.
Where you got that from? Oh, you want one? Yeah. Then it became Jewels. Then it became Meek Mills. He stayed in it. Everything Slow Bucks. It just became everybody. Future, Yo Gotti, you name it. So when they became on a broad spin like that, everybody started saying, so why we can't get this clothes? Like, why is it that only the celebrities get it? Is this the celebrities? So this is what they telling me. So I'm like, oh, well, wait a minute. So y'all want clothes? We trying to give you $100,000. All right, well, now we got clothes on slowbucks.tv.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. I think people that work together, I see them being more successful than people that's doing it on their own. And even in the industry, look at, Dr. Dre, he passed the torch down to Game and Eminem, and then Jay-Z passed the torch down to multiple artists, and y'all working together. And
we don't like, our whole way of living is grinding and getting everybody to the top. There's no, like so always says, no big me's, no little you's.
Yeah.
Everybody's equal. So we want to see each other shine.
Yeah, I noticed that because y'all be hanging with a lot of celebrities, and y'all actually one of the few guys that have the celebrities y'all hanging with actually in the hood. Y'all actually have Meek Mills coming out on a regular, riding through Jamaica or a million dirt bikes and everything, and stuff that they probably don't even do in their own hood, but y'all got them right here in New York. Like, I know Meek, for one, he always in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He always in it. What you think? That's just a mutual respect for you and Meek. How did you hook up with Meek Mills?
I mean, you know what? Like Meek always been around.
Yeah, we knew Meek before he cut his hair and all.
Oh,
that.
okay.
We knew Meek for a while. Like you said, us being outside, us being in the streets, and coming from that. I mean, it's a mutual respect. So he just like us. He want to see his people shine the same way. We're people around him. He want to help us grow as we help himself grow as well.
So Buck, what was the first vision or goal that you had? Music or clothing?
Neither one.
Neither one.
The goal was just like I said in the beginning. The primary focus was to help people that's less fortunate than us.
Wow.
Neither one. Like, I just as it came, we took it on and I mean, and went full throttle with it and gave it our all.
Yeah.
So it's like anything can happen. Like he said, something can happen today. Like, if it makes sense, that's gonna be the target at hand for right now.
Like I said, you could give me money and I could run through it. Information gonna stick with me forever.
Yeah, definitely.
So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna take a little commercial break. We're gonna be right back. Big Ron, we got Metta World Peace in the building. We got the dynamic duels, Buck and Slow, better known as Slow Bucks.
Yes,
and
sir.
this is what it is. You
Queens
listen,
in the building.
You listen to Metaphorically
Yes,
Speaking, Queens stand up. That's what it is.
So we're on 36th Street. I got shot when I was 15, right here on 50th Street in Midtown Manhattan.
Right.
So leaving high school one day.
What school?
Park West High School.
Okay.
So it was a
Park
fight in
West.
the middle of the street. Kids are getting pushed. So these 9 kids could beat on this one kid. I'm looking at this like, these punks. I wish they would.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I'm in the fray. I got pushed. I pushed the kid back. Next thing I know, another kid pulls a gun out and shoots me.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's
Now, as an adult, I don't know if I would do that, make that same move. I'd be like, all right, you got it. You got it.
Well, we back.
We back. Metaphorically Speaking.
Metaphorically speaking,
like
we
that.
here. Thank you.
You already know what it
Appreciate
is. Shout out to Slow Bucks. We just finished talking to Slow Bucks.
Yeah.
They kicked it with us about our whole journey and everything.
Here,
so
Little
right
Mama.
about now, we got the one and only Little Mama. She's in the building. Little Mama, what's
Yeah.
good?
Thanks
I'm
for coming.
chilling. Thank you for
That's
having
what's
me.
up. You know, first things first. I want to jump right into the whole TLC thing.
Okay.
Is the rumor on you on tour with them? Do you do some of the dates or whatever the case may be with them?
Yeah, I do some dates.
Okay. So what was it when you first called to play Left Eye? How did you feel about that to play Left Eye, the legendary Left Eye?
Well, I wasn't really called to play Left Eye. I was in a really weird space in my career at the time when the auditions had came up for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't really on everybody's to-do list, like
Right,
on
right,
they, you know, good, like let's
all
go.
good.
You know what I'm saying? So, when I heard about the role, I didn't even second guess myself. I was like, I gotta play it because my uncle was like, you know, you're the best person for that. You should go out for that.
For sure.
And at the time, you know, I was hearing a lot of, you know, things about going to do this and going to do that. And sometimes we second guess ourselves, like, me,
Right.
I don't know what they'll. And instead of complaining, I started going after it. I
Yeah,
called
yeah.
I called a couple people, and it worked out where I can get in that room and audition. In the beginning, you know, they was looking at me like, she's a rapper, I guess we can get her in to come in and see, you know. Because when it comes to acting, people really care about whether or not you have the acting chops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're coming in to do a certain job, they want to know that you can do that.
Yeah.
It's okay if you can rap, but can you act? So I guess I blew them away with the
Yeah.
first
you
tape.
most definitely did.
So-
But after you completed the movie Crazy Sexy Cool, and you actually watched the whole premiere, did you actually see Left Eye? Like, cause like for everybody that talked about it, no matter how, cause everybody got their mixed reviews about you.
Yeah.
But that's what everybody in the world. But
Yeah, like
everybody, even your haters,
Yeah.
was like this. Yo, she aced the movie. Was you proud of the work that you done when you
Oh
finished
yeah.
the movie?
Oh,
It was
most
crazy.
definitely. Most definitely. I'm like I said, my mother was a movie fan addict, and I became a big fan of movies. And when I watch a movie, I can usually tell if a person is in character or if they just doing the character.
Yeah, you
like You know what I'm saying? And when I watch a movie, if I feel like you in character, I be like, damn, this person is a beast. Or if I feel the opposite, I just be like, it's whatever. It was cool, you know? But when I watched it back and I saw myself, and I'm my worst critic, it was a time in the movie and I was just like, when I was at the premiere, I was like, what the f- is she talking about? And when I thought about it later, I was like, wow, I said she. I didn't say what am I talking about?
Right.
So I cringed a lot. A lot of times when I watched it from the beginning, I was like, why did I do that face? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? But a lot of actors tell me they're like, you know, when you do your first movie, or even when you do any movie, you're always gonna look at yourself and be like,
Your own worst
You know.
critic.
Your first movie?
yeah, it was my first acting experience.
You couldn't tell.
That's
Yeah.
a big
You
role.
couldn't.
You couldn't
Yeah, it
tell
was a
at
big role.
all.
That's to be
It looks
the
like you've
first.
been doing that for years. I kind of forgot that you made a record.
Wow, thank you.
Like you was acting forever, and I was like, you aced the part. And I
Yeah.
want to say congratulations on your role.
Thank you.
But they called you on to do a couple of tour dates with them.
Yeah, most definitely.
And how was the responses from the audience when you come
the
out?
response is crazy. I mean, in the beginning, I saw stuff like, "Oh my God, they're replacing Lisa," or
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying. And that's something that they never ever want to do, or make people think that that's what they're doing. But
Right.
after the movie, and just looking at like my energy, like even being on set behind the scenes, like the way we rock together.
wrong.
You know what I'm saying? The way we do. Them listening to my music and my lyrical content
Yeah.
and just my passion, my energy, they was like, yeah, they wanted to work with me. So it wasn't really them trying to replace her because they had multiple opportunities to do that. That's what they wanted to do, but
Right.
it's not the case. But anyway,
So did you get any other movie opportunities or any extra roles?
you know what? I've been moving around and working on music and stuff like
Right.
that, but I'm gonna get my behind back out to California.
Yeah.
You
Because
got to.
Gotta get that agent. You gotta get that
Yeah, I
agent.
gotta
get
get
you
that.
the movie roles.
because the acting, this is the thing, like if I do something and I don't really like it too much,
Right.
I'll fall back from it. Like, okay, I tried it, I don't really like
Right.
it. But
Yeah.
with the acting, I love acting.
Yeah.
It's just
For your first movie, like
Yeah.
it's like it seemed like you caught the bug right then and there. The
I did.
acting
I
bug.
got
You
bit
got
by the
open.
bug.
That's
Kat.
why you got.
Now I was gonna say, what about a lot of little girls that look up to you, that did look up to you when that record was hot, that still look up to you now? What type of advice, would you give them if they're trying to rap or if they're trying to just make it in life
Right.
in general?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that grew up just like you.
Yeah.
That need that guidance. What type of advice would you give them?
Shit, I'm talking to myself right now too. Now how you be like, I need advice, but I stay true to myself.
Right.
I stay true to myself, and I keep God first, because that's
Yeah.
one thing. Like when it comes to God, like, you can feel that energy when something is for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And it can seem like a great idea, like, oh, this is just fantastic. But if it's not for you, it's not for you. It could be a great idea for somebody else. But if it's
Right.
if it's for you, go for it, and don't let nobody stop you, or don't let people tell you, well, I don't know, I don't think. Especially if you feel it in your spirit, because the moment you ask somebody, they could take you off of your course that God has for you. You gotta do your thing. You gotta find ways. You gotta find ways to do your hustle. You can't let nobody stop you because it might not be personal, and you can't let your
Right,
feelings
right,
get in
right.
the way. You gotta stay focused in this world, because people gonna always criticize you. People gonna always try to put you down, but the devil is a lie, nigga. I'm the truth.
You already
I'm
know
the
it.
proof.
And this is what it is. You listen to Metaphorically Speaking, Big Ron, Little Mama,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Big Uptown, and that's what
Uptown.
it is. Metaphorically Speaking, you heard?
We heard.
See ya.
You heard me.
If you are not married to somebody for at least 2 to 3 years, or in a relationship with someone consistently for like 2 to 3 years, if you find you can't keep a constant relationship, black men that are unmarried or not in consistent relationships for 2 to 3 years are 70% likely to be in prison. So then now it also shows us, if you backed up, if you're not making no love with no woman, you likely to do something very negative or illegal. So we definitely need women. That's the way I interpret it, okay? So the woman plays a significant role. If we in a gender-specific war amongst each other, it's making us angry and it's making us criminals. So when we study these statistics, and then also, for instance, 60%, according to the Employee Benefit Research Institute, 60% of Americans that retire will run out of retirement money after the first year of their retirement. And it lessens the probability of them getting a job at that age. So what do those people do when they have no more money after they worked hard for the money for 30, 40 years? What do? You see what I'm saying? And then because of hyperinflation, what they thought they was going to walk into in savings, the value of the dollar lessens by the time that they meet that age of maturity to receive their benefits. What are people going to do when they worked hard and long to only have nothing? Because you study the Standard & Poor's S&P's index from 1937 to 2014, you'll see that you'll see that $1 million would be reduced to about $400,000 to $600,000. So that's a $400,000 difference at the least.